Welcome to Unrestricted Episode 2. What you're looking at is my wife's mental therapy. While I was at my sickest, she hauled bricks from the front yard to the back and built this patio. Pretty amazing. I think there's about 400 brick in here. At least that's what the Home Depot bill said. But what an awesome place now. So this is a great place to get away to, and peaceful, lots of birds, very green back here. I like that. Today's topic, the thing I wanted to talk about today is confidence. Man, you talk about losing things to cancer. Confidence probably is one of the big ones. I got to the point where I didn't feel like I could do anything. I mean, nothing. And of course, the enemy is a liar, and he reinforces that. But I have found that if I put my faith in Christ, I can do anything through him who strengthens me. Now, this is just my experience, and it might be different for you. It might not. Maybe you haven't considered it before, but if you've lost confidence, if you're feeling like there's not a lot you can do, let me tell you, Jesus can fix that. My attitude through this whole thing has surprised even me. The thing that Christ says is, be in my presence, and there you'll find there's no room for self-pity. And man, don't we all feel like having a pity party over this disease sometimes? Some of us more than others, and I've met people that just sort of, I don't know, they dance through it like it can't touch them, and they're fine, and I'm happy for that, but it just seems so crazy. But my experience was a real loss of confidence, and I was in radio 43 years, and that's not a job where you can go and be unconfident. The other part of confidence is, we've all heard the phenomenon of cancer ghosting. People find out you have cancer and then you don't see them again. So they're uncomfortable, and I get that, I guess, at a certain level. But for the cancer patient, what it says is, you're not worth my time. I don't really invest myself in these kinds of situations. And it's sad, because one thing I've found with cancer patients is when you're given that diagnosis, everything becomes crystal clear. You start to see life for what it is and for what it can be. And that's a luxury that most of the time we don't get to enjoy because we're so busy. We got other things to do. We're raising kids. We've got a demanding job, something, just always going to be in the way. But once you're given a timeline, i.e., you have 6 to 8 years, well, you start to plan, you start to think about it, you get really focused. But without the confidence, it's double hard because, it should explain itself. Having confidence is the key to doing anything successfully. And so if you're struggling with that, what worked for me, as I said earlier, is to put my faith in the Lord. And when I have a battle that's too hard for me to fight, I let him fight them for me. Now that requires a couple of things. Number one is to be submissive. That is, to bend to the will of the Lord, whatever you feel like that is. And then the other is obedience, being faithful to the Word, trying to live the life that the Lord wants you to live. And there's Piper, the super support mini schnauzer. But if you're struggling with confidence, I can tell you that it's easily recovered through prayer and meditation. And again, as I said in episode 1, I'm no oncologist and I'm not a preacher. I'm just a guy. This is what worked for me. And There's nothing that you can think, say, or do in this life that you aren't already forgiven for, which is amazing. Grace essentially says, I know how you're going to screw up tomorrow, but I'm going to love you today anyway. And that's how we should all live our lives. It's just the confidence to face every challenge, the confidence to face going to labs, follow-up appointments. If you do it confidently, it just goes so much better. And I tell you, the people around you in those situations are going to appreciate it too. Live a confident life. Be confident in the fact that the Lord's looking after you, and there are people who love you and want to do whatever is best for you. And don't be afraid to ask. If you need something, ask somebody. I guess Piper has wandered off somewhere. But confidence. Cancer tries to steal it. Don't let it happen. You need the confidence to overcome all of this, to endure the treatments. Confidence that things will eventually get better. So there's episode 2. I hope it was worth a listen. Love all of you. Have a great week, and try to drop another one of these soon. Take care. I'm Jim, and this is the Unrestricted Podcast. See you next time.